Joining me now to discuss this, Senator Alex Padilla of California, member of the Homeland Security Committee. Senator Padilla, welcome back to the Sunday Show.
Good to be back, Jonathan. Hope you're well.
Thank you. I'm going to put up on the screen a summary of the recommendations that we're going to see. You see them there on the screen. Establish a new mobile and retractable fencing systems, quick reaction force for the District of Columbia. And you can read the rest there. Given what you've heard, Senator, through those hearings that we've been seeing over the last couple of weeks, what more needs to be done to ensure the security of the Capitol?
Right. So glad you referenced the hearings, because let's remind ourselves the purpose of the hearings is twofold. Yes, let's have a conversation on how to better secure the Capitol area going forward, while maintaining the balance of accessibility, right? We're all proud that the Capitol represents the democracy this foundation was founded on, struggling to make it more perfect each and every day. And so we need to secure the complex, not just for the members and for the staff, but for anybody who chooses to visit the Capitol. But the way to really do it is also to get to the root of what happened that led up to January 6th and hold people accountable. The very fact that the insurrectionists breached the Capitol and Trump was acquitted by the U.S. and I voted to convict, but he was indeed acquitted, sends the opposite message we should be sending for people who want to attempt those types of events or events like that going forward.
Congressman Swalwell, Eric Swalwell, also from California, is suing President Trump, and I also believe Rudy Giuliani, Donald Trump Jr., Congressman Mo Brooks, over the January 6th riot. This is another lawsuit coming on top of the one from Congressman Benny Thompson that's being pushed for him by the NAACP. Are those actions? Not that they are enough, but should there be more suits against folks who might have been involved in the January 6th insurrection in case nothing happens with either these hearings or any of the Justice Department investigations?
Right. So there's a whole lot there. Yes, these suits should go forward. We welcome more, and not just from Democrats, by the way. If Mitch McConnell was a man of his word, he'd follow up his speech after Trump's acquittal in the Senate with some action behind holding Trump accountable. And not just Trump, by the way, a whole lot of enablers of Trump on January 6th and the 4+ years leading up to January 6th. So there's obviously that piece. The investigations need to continue. More people involved in the deadly January 6th insurrection need to be held to account. That there's no other way to put it.
Senator,
and let me also say, let me say this. I got to get this in, Jonathan. It doesn't help when Trump and so many others of his enablers keep echoing the big lie. We heard it during the course of this last week. We heard it last weekend at CPAC over and over again. It's propagating the big lie that led to the deadly insurrection on January 6th and continues to pose a clear and present danger.
Senator, we've got 30 seconds left, but I'm asking every elected official who's come on the show today about the minimum wage. Are you satisfied, or are you confident that President Biden will stick with his commitment to push for a $15 minimum wage increase?
Disappointed it wasn't in the American Rescue Package. At the end of the day, I believe President Biden is a man of his word. We're going to keep fighting and exercise any and all options to get it done. I'm in. The working families of America deserve it, and we're going to get it done.
And with that, we're going to have to leave it there. Senator Alex Padilla of California, thank you very much for being here today.